In this video, traders, we're going to look at dealing with tough trading days, 5 hacks. Stay tuned. Hey traders, a very warm welcome to you. Okay, so tough trading days come along, and they come along often like buses. You get none, then you get several in a row, and they can be demoralizing. They can set you back from a capital perspective, financial capital perspective, and from an emotional capital perspective. So how do we limit the damage of the days? How do we spring back from them? How do we make sure that they have no consequence of us? If we look at our trading career, that little tiny dot is a trading day, and it should be like that. We do not want it to be a catastrophe, which brings me quite nicely to the first one. Set loss limits. Let's say you've got a loss limit of $500, 500 euros, 500 pounds, and then you end up losing multiple thousands. That is devastating, not only obviously to your capital, but also to your mental capital, because you would say you can't trust yourself. You can't trust yourself. You've gone over your loss limit. You've dug a massive hole. Now you've got to get out of it. There's so many negative things about that. You've got to kind of do a lot of good trading to get out of it. And you can't see how long that's going to take. You kind of look at it and say, I've undone all that good work. I've broken one rule. Look at the damage. Set that loss limit and stick to it. However you do that. There are loads of ways of doing that. Whether you have a fixed thing with your broker, whether you have something that you're reassessing all the time, but just something that makes you walk away from the screen. And also, I don't think, unless you're very, very disciplined, you can stay there and trade on demo. Now, if you can do that, then fine, you can do that. But if you're someone who has found themselves going into a deeper loss than they've expected, then do not do that. Go away, leave it. You've hit the loss limit, turn the thing off, close positions, cancel orders, walk away, come back the next day. Don't sit there and be tempted, because what will happen is you'll say, I've hit my loss limit, I'll go on demo, I'll just look at it, I'll just watch now. You'll see something, you'll think it's the next best trade. You'll sit there for a while, then all of a sudden something will happen, you'll think it's the next best trade. You'll put on a trade, you'll lose money, and then you'll start the cycle again. So just have the strict structure to get out of the way, get out of off the machine when you hit that loss. All right, so that's a way of just dealing with a tough trading day and not making it into a significant tough trading day. Number 2, let it go after close. When that bell goes, move on. Don't go crazy. Don't go out, splashing out on stuff or getting angry. Just let it go. It's part of doing business. Move on. Do something else. Don't bring it after the close and think about it. Don't keep the screens open for the overnight session. Don't keep looking at stuff on your phone. Don't do this. Don't do that. Turn it off. Get rid of it. Give yourself time to wind down, and don't take that emotion after close. Try to leave it in the office, wherever you may be. Shut the door. Say, you know what, it's bad, I'm annoyed about it, frustrated about it, I'm going to look tomorrow and see how I can improve. I'm going to spend some time on that, but for now, it's forgotten about. Try to do that, because that's going to help you way, way better from dealing with this tough trading day. All right, number 3, have a life outside of trading. So many traders I know, and I have put myself into this when I first started, are so focused on making trading work, that's all they do. Now, I'm all for commitment and pressing and moving for those goals and giving it as much effort as you can, but you also have to have a little bit of a life outside of trading so you can put some worth and value onto that. Because ultimately, if you're having a losing sequence of day, tough trading days, your value, if you've got nothing else, is going to be placed, your life value is going to be placed on your performance of your trades, which is deadly, because you're going to have tough trading days. So having some kind of life outside of trading, whether you've got a sports club, whether you go to the gym, whether you've got a group of friends that you get with, whatever it may be, family, something that gives you some kind of value outside of it, because otherwise you end up anchoring your value to the trading day. If it's been a bad trading day, you just end up in a world of mess. So do that, even though it can be counterintuitive. You think, well, I should be studying the markets, I should be studying this, I should be doing that. Yes, by all means you should be doing that and allocating a lot of time to that, but allocate some time to some extracurricular outside of trading, valuable stuff. All right, number 4, stay active. Pretty obvious one, but very, very often overlooked by traders. Listen, the blood when you're sitting down is just going to stagnate, and it's not going to be flowing as freely. You need to get your muscles moving. You need to kind of be stretching. You need to be walking briskly, jogging, swimming, doing some kind of exercise. I think I'm an advocate of doing actually some decent exercise, but if you don't want to do that, even just walking, just moving, getting the blood flowing. even if you don't even care about the health benefits, which by the way you should, but if you just care about making money, that's going to help you because it's going to push blood to the brain. It's going to refresh everything. It's going to just literally start you and prepare you to make better decisions. And if you're sluggish, you're sitting there and you're not moving. So you should care about the health benefits, and there's definitely something to be said for that. But even if you don't care and you just want to make the money, there's still a benefit from doing it. So do it and try and be as active as you can. There's a definite result in a better bottom line from it. All right, number 5, stay connected. So that means, it can be very isolating, guys. You can, especially if you're trading from a home office or you've got a renting office, wherever it's just you, it can be very lonely, can be very isolating trading. Just reach out to people, try not to get involved in kind of arguments on boards and what have you, but make some trading buddies that you speak to on Skype, that you speak to online, on the telephone or whatever. And that just allows you to kind of build that social relationship that human beings kind of thrive and crave, as opposed to being in that darkened room trading. It's just you against the screens. There's a time and a place for that, and of course that's how you make the money. You're a lone wolf. You have to operate at the highest level. You have to make money. That's kind of why we're in the business. But at the same time, know when enough's enough, and needs to kind of do some socializing, stay connected with other traders, even stay connected with other friends. Very often I'm not going to come out because the Dow's this and that. Do it. Keep that kind of life going. Don't let it interfere with obviously the trading business, but at the same time, be aware that you can get very insular with trading, and it can change the way you look at the markets. It can change the way you approach the markets. So being a much more rounded individual is better for you as a person, and it's better for you, and you're better for your bottom line. All right, guys. Those are 5. If you've got any more, stick them in the comment section below. Any stories about trading days, bad trading days you've had as well, stick them in the comment section below. I'll read through all of those, each and every one, and maybe we'll do a video about it as well. Okay, guys, take care. See you next one. Take care. Bye-bye.